So my dudes, Valkyrja, and today, for the first time, believe it or not, I'm going to be looking at Nahida's kit via in-game. Amazing, right? No honey impact today. I'm going to be looking at it through the game. I'm going to be seeing what she's like, because I've heard how strong she is, but I really haven't looked at her kit at all. I know what her ult animation looks like, because it's one of the best looking ults in the game, and I think it's better than Zhongli's. And for me, Zhongli's and Raiden's was like the candle or the like status quo for a long time, but I think this is absolutely the best looking ult in the game. But as far as how she actually functions, I have no idea. I don't know what she does. So I definitely want to go ahead and give it a look and see how she works. So first things first, we're going to go over her skills. Her normal attack, Dendro, obviously she's a catalyst, so Dendro definitely. Aiming mode, I do remember this much, that this thing can like pick up like plants and stuff as like a thing, but I don't know what it actually does beyond that. Alright, so marking up, so it's like Deadeye from Red Dead. Select a limited number of opponents within its time. When released, this skill deals Dendro damage to these opponents and marks them with Seed of Skanda. Opponents who have been marked by Seed of Skanda will link, what was that? Link one another up till a certain distance. At the trigger element reactions on opponents who are affected by Skanda, or when they take damage from Dendro cores, Nahida will release a Trichoma Purification on the opponent's dealing Dendro damage based on her attack and element that you can. Okay, what's the level 1 scalings? That's actually really high. That's insane. I bet she hits really hard. So whenever you apply Dendro, and it's either the application of Dendro itself triggers the elemental reaction, or whenever you pop an elemental reaction, she does secondary damage even whenever she's not on the field. That's kind of nuts. That's really, really strong. Okay, so when the Shrine of Maya is unleashed, the following effects will be separately unleashed based on the elemental types present within the party. Oh, that's interesting. While Nahida remains within the Shrine of Maya, the damage dealt by Trichoma Purification from all schemes to know is increased. Karma Purification. Trichoma, is that this thing? The Seed of Skandi thing? Okay, so it increases the elemental reaction damage, basically. Well, not elemental reaction, but the secondary hit effect off the elemental reaction. While Nahida remains within the shrine, the interval between each Trichoma Purification is decreased, so she synergizes pretty well with Raiden Shogun. The Shrine of Maya's duration is increased. Of course, Hydro gets a short end of the stick. That's kind of just whatever. There are at least two party members of the Affirmation Elemental Types when the field is deployed. The Affirmation effects will be increased further. Okay. So let's see. Damage bonus 22.3%. Interval decrease 0.4. That's like half a second. That's actually huge. Duration extension up to 5 seconds. I mean, it doesn't really matter because base duration 15 seconds, cooldown 13.5 seconds, and of such a low energy cost, you basically have 100% uptime on this anyways. That's only 50 energy. That's insane. That's literally nothing. I can just see. This is just my personal buy. I swear, every Dendro character, I'm like, they go great with Raiden. It's just, I'm telling you, she really does look good. Like, she functions really well with Raiden. I don't know if she actually does. I haven't been keeping up with what's meta team. I just heard she's insanely strong. But at 50 energy cost, with a 15 base duration and a 13.5 second cooldown, Raiden 100% can keep this on a 100% uptime. 100% uptime. When unleashing Illusory Heart, the Shrine of Maya will gain the following effects. The element of mastery of the active character within the field is increased by 25%. The element of mastery of the party member with the highest EM. Huh. So, what I'm thinking, right, is that if you have her on like a pure EM build, which I feel like that's what she's meant to be, you can increase, like, let's say you're having issues with Al Hatham or whatever. I know I mispronounced his name. Let's say you're having EM issues with Al Hatham. You can use her to amp his EM rather than dipping into Sucrose and trying to swirl. That way you can have double Dendro Resonance, and you can also have good EM off that. Sounds really good. Each point of Nahida's EM beyond 200 will grant 0.1% bonus damage and 0.03% crit rate up to 80% and 24%. That's kind of nutty. It's kind of nutty. Now, what about Constellation? When Shrine of Maya is unleashed and the elemental types of part are being tabulated, the count will add 1 to the number of each. Okay. Opponents that are marked by Seeds of Skanda applied by Nahida herself will have the following effects: Burning Bloom, Hybrid Bloom. They receive can score crit hits, crit rate, and crit damage are fixed at 20%, 100% respectively. That's actually huge. The ability to do crits off of elemental reactions is really, really strong. I feel like C2 is really, really good. Could be wrong though. When 1, 2, 3, 4 or more nearby opponents are affected by all schemes of no Seeds of Skanda, Nahida's mastery will be increased by, that's just EM increase, that's whatever. When Nahida hits an opponent affected by all schemes of no Seeds of Skanda with normal or charge attacks after unleashing Illusory Heart, she will use Strike, Karma Purification, Karmic Oblivion on this opponent, and all connected dealing Dendro damage based on 200% of her attack and 400% of her EM, so it's a nuke. Damage dealt by Karma Purification, Karmic Oblivion is considered elemental skill damage and can be triggered once every 0.2 seconds. This effect can last up to 10 seconds and will be removed after Nahida has released 6 instances of it. So at C6, she turns into a little nuke. Okay. She just blasts things at C6. I see it. I do see it. Obviously, I don't own her because I wasn't playing during that time. But yeah, I see it. Nahida is absolutely insane. Like, actually. I fully understand why everyone's hyped her up to be, you know, the end-all, be-all. But yeah, this is like the first time I read her kit. I don't know what Nyla does. Don't know what Layla does. I'm going to be real. I have Aurazon, but I don't know what she does. And I don't know what Wanderer does. So expect the videos in the future covering these 5 characters, because I don't know what they do. But now I know what Nahida does, and I get the hype. Nahida is absolutely insane. This character is bonkers broken. Yeah. I'm reading it, and just like, she buffs your team. She does good damage on her own. The only thing she doesn't really do is provide any sort of utility, such as like Zhongli and Raiden. Zhongli with the shield, Raiden with her energy regeneration. But she does provide all sorts of buffs and other manners to the point where I do believe she's going to be like a permanent fixture on basically any team that can use her. I believe she has no reason to go anywhere because she seems incredibly powerful with 100% ult uptime, 50 energy cost is nothing, 15 second duration, 13.5 second cooldown, 100% ult uptime, elemental reaction, like her ability to apply Dendro is unreal because whenever she does her secondary instance of Dendro damage, after you proc an elemental reaction, it reapplies Dendro instantly, so any team that wants to use Dendro reactions absolutely needs this character because they're just going to constantly apply Dendro, 100% uptime on the field buffs, which is a gigantic shrine. Like I said, I've seen the ult. The ult's gorgeous. Yeah. Next time she rolls around, if I'm still, if I'm still playing, I might try to get me a little something. Might try to get me a little character here and there. I don't know, but she looks insane. Anyways, that's my video. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.